It is Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025, and we are getting ready for the US session, which has just opened. I left a trade open from the morning session. It was this UK 100 trade. Went long here. I decided not to keep my take profit, which was at this bar right here. Let it run. It retested yesterday's previous day high and then went back up again. Sadly, on this particular move, I had left my desk for my lunch break. I would have maybe considered closing here manually, especially when I saw it, when I would have seen it start reversing here again. But I just let it run and it found my stop eventually. I re-entered now here at what I would expect to be good demand here for a move higher in this uptrend. I mean, we've been in a very strong uptrend, so I think looking for continuation to the upside is the right move here. Starting with an 18-point stop loss here, risking $45 and targeting 90 for now. I also tried to get a good entry on gold here on this retrace. If you remember, this was my trade in the morning. Successful take profit in gold. Then we had a retrace and I tried to enter here first time. When we were in profit, I moved the stop loss to break even. I decided to let it run here. My stop was basically at this level and we didn't get there. Got stopped up for break even. Then I tried again after a few minutes. When I saw this wick here, I thought maybe just needed to find a bit of extra liquidity to move upwards, and I got stopped at break even again, so I'm not gonna try another long here. I will just wait for my setup, my planned entry, which will be the second 15-minute bar close. So we'll bracket that, and I'll be waiting for the second 5-minute bar in the Dow to complete here. Also the second 15-minute bar in the DAX. And I wanted to also take the first 15-minute bar in the NASDAQ, but already with this breakout here, it might be tough, but let's see. I'll wait for the completion of that before deciding. So we are in fact double bottoming here. I wanted to get in a bit early. I thought that buyers might be strong enough to just push back up from here. But we'll see. I'm fine with this entry even if it doesn't work out. It's a bit speculative for sure, but we are retesting the lows of Asia session, so this is another spot where you would expect buyers to step in. So let's just see if they're strong enough. I will wait for the completion of the second 5-minute bar in the Dow, and we will return there. Second 5-minute bar has completed in the Dow. I've placed the sell order, placing the long order. About a 5 to 6 point cushion. This has been my best entry in the past few weeks by far. So if it happens not to work, that's fine, of course. A bit surprised of the weakness showed by the UK 100 here, but finally we see a wick and a possible rejection around this area. That was resistance at one point, so it does make sense. I was expecting this area to act as support, but we went below, closed some stops. So now I am actually expecting a rally from here. I am going to move the stop loss a bit further up because normally we shouldn't really revisit this low now, if I am right in this trade. And 4 minutes away from completing the first 15-minute bars. I will be taking the break of the first 15-minute bar in the NASDAQ. About an 80-point bar. Not gonna go very high on the sizing. Placing them now because price is quite far from both, but I'll keep an eye on them, and if we get close to one of the extremities before the 15-minute bar is completed, I will adjust the order. Let's see, waiting for a fill in the Dow here. And then we will turn our attention towards the second 15-minute bars in the DAX and gold. So we have been filled short here. We'll target at least 60 points. So I think the lows here are more than valid. It's a 1-to-1, but it's fine. The initial reaction here isn't great. Kind of looks like the DAX this morning, but let's see. We have rejected this area and invalidated this bullish breakout, so let's see if there's continuation. And also waiting for the second 15-minute bars to complete now, and waiting for a fill in the NASDAQ as well. Got filled long in the NASDAQ. Placed the stop below, deleted the other order. So we're looking for a breakout here. I'm going to target 70 points to 100 points. Let's say 90 points. I think that's fine. It's a 1-to-1 as well. Targeting 90 points because I'm looking at what I've averaged on this particular entry. And at best it was 120, it was 110 a few times and 70 a few times. So going in between that, I'm gonna get stopped out in the UK 100 here, and there it is. Not a lucky day in this index, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, just unfortunate that I wasn't around for the second time it went up here. I would have exited. I still would have bought here, I think. I'm completely fine with that, because I know the reason I'm doing it, and it's quite valid. I do think gold is going to go up eventually here after posting like 3 wicks in this area, but I just didn't want to, because I needed to place the stop at this low here, and I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to treat it as free trades once they got in profit, so sometimes that will not work out and you'll just get stopped for nothing. But let's see, we will wait for the completion of this bar, and I'll bring you back for that. So I did get stopped out in the Dow, and I am switching to a long here. The reason being, I actually have another entry here that has worked very well recently and in the past. So I am going to target new highs for the day here with it. Unfortunately, the second 5-minute bar hasn't worked today, but it's only the second time it hasn't worked in the past 14 trading days. And on one day, I made 0 because I moved the stop loss to break even, but in the rest I've made a profit every single day for the past 14 trading days with this particular entry, so completely fine with it. And this entry that I'm taking now is something that I was planning to take soon. And seeing the strength of this reversal here, I was quite convinced that it was time to take it. So this trigger is the break of the range formed by the 2nd and 5th bars and everything in between. So in this case, let me just delete, because I don't think we need this box anymore. So in this case, it is the range formed by this candle and by this candle. And everything in between. So it is actually this range, which I am marking now. So it is this range, which is marked in this yellow channel now. So the break of this range is also a mechanical entry. And it triggered to the upside, so we're long. And for this entry, I put the stop at the opposite end of the last bar and the last bar only. I don't go to the opposite end of the full range because that can take you quite far off. So that's the entry. Nasdaq is working okay for now. And I'll let this run and wait for the completion of the second 15-minute bars, which is very close actually. Let me just check the size of this bar for the DAX, 290. So it's a 16-point bar, that is very low. Sell below and buy above. I would favor a long position here, but as it's a mechanical entry, we will take whichever direction gets filled in first. And it's going to be the same for gold as well. Let me just adjust the size here. It's a 4-point bar. So I think this is fine here. Looks like we're going to get filled short in gold, which kind of makes sense considering I was trying to buy at this low and we kept getting stopped out. So I don't have an issue with this, and we did get the fill. So perhaps we get a retracement here if we are to believe this price action, but I'm only going to target the day's lows here. I think that's fine. Also got filled short in the DAX, which is a bit surprising, but there you go. This is why I say these are mechanical entries, so you're gonna just take them and not ask too many questions, because that's why I do the research on them. And I know that over time they make a profit if I just execute them mechanically and follow the rules that I've established. So I'm just targeting this area here, it will be like 35 points, which is well within what we make here usually. Actually, we could go as much as 40 points. Something like that is 40 points. Very nice initial reaction in the DAX here. Let's hope it continues. Sadly, it has also caused the Nasdaq to reverse and the Dow to attempt a reversal here. Ideally, I would like to see this do a quick flush down, hit TP, and then perhaps we can go back to rallying. It can be awkward sometimes. You're going to be long an index and short the other index, and you're going to feel like that shouldn't happen, or that you're basically going against the other trade. But a lot of the times the indices go against each other, like especially the Nasdaq and the Dow in the first hour of trading. They have a big tendency to do this. If you've seen here, the Dow sold at the open and then rallied, and the Nasdaq just bought and went long at the open strongly. So, and the UK 100 is selling and the DAX is selling. So, and this is the live P&L. Yeah, after a good morning, didn't continue very well. So we got stopped in the UK 100 trade and the Dow trade, yeah. So that was a bit painful, but that's how it goes. Just gotta keep executing our strategy, and we will turn a profit in the long run. So I'll pause you now because we've entered all the trades we're gonna enter for now. I'm also going to be looking at the fourth 15-minute bar in SPX, but that's some way off. So I'll just watch over these trades and bring you back if we have something interesting. It's looking decent right now, but still far away from all take profits, so can't really celebrate anything. We'll keep the stop losses in place for now. Might consider bringing some of them up, but we'll wait a bit longer. Gold needs to just clear these wicks already, because buyers have stepped in here 3 times already, so you would expect this level to be weak now and us to actually make a move towards the lows of the day. But yeah, it's a hard level to beat, it seems. Yeah, we'll be patient as always, and I'll bring you back when we're closer to our resolution. This, however, is bad news here for gold now. It's the 4th wick. If you remember, I was actually long twice. Had I left what my original stop was around here, I would still be in this, but it's just when you see this, try to buy something and it just keeps revisiting, that's usually a sign that you go lower, that you're going lower. But 4 rejections like this is so rare that I just don't know if it's worth letting this trade run now. Let's see. I'll give it another shot, but kind of feel like if we don't dump here very soon, it's very likely that this stop will get hit, and if I can prevent that, I will. Yeah, I'll let it play out for now. So I'll do it like this on gold. because I am a bit concerned with this price action now. If we have a 5-minute close above a full bar, any one of these bearish bars here, I will just close the trade and accept a small loss. I'm going below here again. Like I said, it's quite undecided, and generally when this strategy works, it works a lot faster and you don't see this type of ranging happening, especially at a key level of demand, because this is a key level of demand. So obviously there are some buyers here, and there is interest to go long, because we are at all-time highs, very close to all-time highs, and we're breaking out of this channel. This is why I wanted to go long as well initially. But let's see, I will give it a chance. Like I said, if we close above any of these bars, I will consider this trade unsuccessful. And of course, for the DAX here, this consolidation zone is acting as support a bit. And people are going long here, and they are placing their stops right below this wick. So I'm betting on us doing another leg down to stop all of them. I can actually move this TP just a bit further up to just coincide with touching this wick. So I'll leave it like this. We're losing 45, or we're making 73. Here we're losing 50 to make 50. So it's a 1-to-1. That's why I'm not really that enthusiastic with letting it play out, because if we reject the low end of this range, we're definitely going to try and take the upper side of the range, and that's just going to be a stop for sure. So let's see. Okay, I kept my promise and decided to close gold manually here for a small loss. I just don't like it. For a short position, this doesn't look right. If I'm wrong, then that's fine. I realize that I'm going against the strategy a bit here, but sometimes I will let my read of price action influence my staying in a trade or closing a trade early. So whatever happens here, I'm fine with it, especially since I was bullish earlier. I took the mechanical entry. It didn't work out. We basically triple bottomed here. So this is gonna, at the very least, attempt to take out the highs here. So I would have lost 50 if that happened, and I'm just losing $11 this way. And I'm still in these trades that are still in profit, but they've slowed down a bit. Just need to be patient. And also there are 8 minutes left until this bar completes. So a little update here, some good, some bad. We just hit TP in the DAX trade, but we're also close to getting stopped out in the Dow. It just double topped with London, the London high, and reversed. There's still a small chance we survive, but I am considering this a loss. We will lose 50 here, and we made 74 in the DAX. So another thing I do want to talk about is look at gold. So my decision to exit here was more than warranted. We would just be getting stopped down now for 50 instead of just losing 11. Now you could ask yourself why I didn't go long instead. And I think the answer is quite obvious. I went long twice already and I got stopped out. Yes, for break even. I could have risked more and just let a stop loss in place here, but it was before the open and price had gone in my favor quite a lot here. This was a point where I could have just taken profit for like 50. And I decided to let it run and then move the stop to break even. And then a second time around, I just didn't think that there was a lot of worth in placing a stop below, because generally I don't like to re-enter trades, but I did it here, and my reasoning was that if we go below again, we're just gonna sell. So I just wanted to take the free trade again. Once it went my direction, I placed the stop to break even and it stopped, and that's fine. So I'm letting gold go for the day. We got stopped in the Dow again, so 2 unsuccessful trades in the Dow in the US session. Once again, we completely followed our rules and our entries, so not much we can do about that and do more about that. This probably rallies from here, of course, but I'm not going to enter again. And yeah, we'll focus on this position we have open here. And I've also placed buy and sell orders above and below the 4th 15-minute bar in SPX. So we'll let this play out and see what happens. Mixed day, I would say. Bit unlucky here and there, but nothing too out of the ordinary. So we can still hope to hit TP here in the Nasdaq. I've brought up the stop loss just a bit, and actually one could make the case that we could go even higher here. Shouldn't really see price go back into London range from here, and if we do, I can just lower the stop loss a bit. So we're losing 33 now to make 45. We'll see. Happy with the execution here and the patience. I'll pause you now and bring you back a bit later. Price action isn't very exciting right now, so not much to show you. A little update here. I've decided to add to my Nasdaq position, adding the same size. We'll be using pretty much the same target, and I've moved both stops here. I think there's a good chance this breaks out now. I've lowered the stop in the SPX trade to right at the top of the trigger bar. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. We just retested this area here. We didn't even touch London, the London session high here, so I think this is dead in the water. We'll lose $36 here, which is fine. And we're breaking out here in the Nasdaq. Wonder if I can go higher here. I probably can. So let's just be a bit more ambitious with the second entry. And we'll leave it like that. I think this breaking out here on the 5-minute now shows a lot of strength, and that's why I decided to take a shot at adding to it. So let's see. This will be the last trade of the day. Letting these run. overall, a bit of a tricky US session. Just this nice win in the DAX. A lot of trades just turned around on us. The Dow was not good today, but that's how it goes sometimes. Just gotta keep following the strategy and the execution. So I will manage these positions and bring you back hopefully to a nice TP. We've hit TP in the original NASDAQ entry, and I'm letting the add-on run here. An extra $30 will be made if we hit it, and risking just 23 right now because I've brought the stop loss up. Hopefully we hit this and end the day with another win. Yeah, overall an up and down day, but it's gonna happen a lot. I think I saved some money actually on some of the entries, gold for example, and even in SPX a bit. So I think that was nice execution, and yeah, let's hope we take profit in this add-on as well, and we can finish the day on a high. I'll wait for a bit to hit this, and then that'll be it from me for today. I'm gonna finish this video here. I moved the stop loss to break even and letting the target here, so it's either $30 or nothing. Just a little add-on to finish the day with. Overall, a bit of a difficult day, especially in the US session, but I think we handled it well. I think we saved some money on entries that we took mechanically, but were looking like they were not going to work, so we lowered the stop loss and even closed very early here. Other than that, we executed our plan, got a nice win in the DAX index, got a nice win in the NASDAQ, a few unlucky losses, or maybe not unlucky, but normal losses in the Dow after a very good period of using this second 5-minute bar strategy. So I'll take it again tomorrow, and hopefully it works tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this type of content. I'm trying to post daily and show you how to pass a funded account challenge with using mechanical entries and good execution, good risk management, and yeah, please join me for that in the future as well. So thank you, and see you tomorrow.